Last we left off, you returned back to Far and Away to find a stranger beating on the door. After a quick converse, you let him in, and he effectively collapses and passes out after trying to barrage you with questions to try and find out why exactly you were there or where you were from. You then each retired for the night following this. Did anyone have anything in particular they wanted to do whilst retiring?
I wanted to go to the library.
Okey-dokey. Sorry, my headset feels really quiet now. Check my music 1 second, Bernie.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have music playing on Roll20?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
no.
it's ultra quiet for some reason. I don't remember turning it down that much. So, in the night, roll me your religion.
Religion. Straight roll. 16.
Very late sending that message, by the way.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't send it. I've written it down last week. And then I was going like, oh, what were the questions again? And I looked over and I saw that there were nothing was asked.
I thought it counts.
Can't suddenly now plan. So, you're getting it off the cusp. So, you close your eyes and you open them again, and you are once again stood in the library. The aisle stretching out before you, the sky seeming endless, and books everywhere.
Do I see Deneville anywhere?
You do not see him anywhere nearby.
I will try and move around the library as he does, trying to envision the fireplace and the chairs where I saw him last time sitting.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Dirty 20.
You close your eyes, envisioning the fireplace, and when you open them again, you are stood in front of a crackling fireplace with a large armchair and several smaller armchairs nearby. There's a small pile of books by the large armchair, one of them open.
I take a peek.
It's a raunchy novel following the tales of a centaur and a lizard man.
Peculiar, but okay. And no Deneville sitting anywhere.
No.
In that case, I would just call out. Deneville?
A few moments pass, and you see a figure blurring in the distance, coming closer and closer and closer, before stopping in front of you, arms clasped behind back, and you see Deneville looking down at you. Ah, my students.
Hello.
Greetings. He blurs past you to the armchair and flips close the book.
Yeah, I already read that.
Oh. But it does get very boring here, you see. So, you must
I'm
fill
not
the
judging.
time.
I'm not touching. If I assumed, since there are so many books here, that you have read basically everything, good literature and also the bad, or the peculiar.
I've read many things, but reading everything is a task of many lifetimes. In here,
I'm looking for something specific.
you go on.
I'm looking for information about something called Yurta's Atlas. It's
Give me any more details on it. Where does it hail from?
from a world which I am currently residing in, but I don't know the name of that world. It might have a connection with a great event that happened that basically sundered the world, causing a green fire to engulf it about 400 years ago. It is basically a atlas with many maps on it, with 8 continents. Then I will also list the name of those 8 continents that I know and have written down. There's Sterlum, Kara, Genva, Helos, Dumera, Dunatra, where it also hails from Liberta and Camorra.
No, the
Those are
green
the-
flame does sound familiar. He
Go
starts
on.
to blur, disappearing, goes from shelf to shelf, and you see him completely disappear from sight. Several minutes pass, and he reappears in front of you holding a small tome. Now, let's see. Opens it up, passes through several pages. What was the name of the library?
That I do not know, I believe. Do I know that? Out of question? Out of character
Has
question?
not been mentioned.
I do not know the name of the library where it resided in.
The main collection of knowledge that was last recorded there was in the Temple of the Stargazers. That is in the city of Shalonzi. I believe it was the last great city of the Yonti.
The city of Yonti.
Yes.
Alright. And about the Grain Flame event that happened.
Is not an uncommon occurrence. This
Continue.
This book calls it the Great Burning. It was a spell cast across the world that burnt the major cities, allowed for the rise of the Yonti. And if this is the right world, it is Belamar.
Belamar is the name of?
The world.
The world, alright. So the Yonti basically used that spell to eliminate everybody except them.
Yes, it was peculiar. There have been many other similar events scattered across many multiverses. I believe I have read of 7 other occurrences of such a spell.
Alright. Is there, as I assume it already happened, it has been done, but is there a way to revert that? Or...
This, I believe, was one of the last published books of that world. If there is a way to revert the damage, it is most likely quite too late.
Alright, that's good to know.
I must say, I would not advise staying there for too long. If the planet has been scorched, it may be dying.
I mean, it definitely has been scorched. It's desert all around.
Must be in the later stages of it dying then. Can't imagine there is that much oxygen left.
It is difficult to breathe, yes. But don't the Yonti also need oxygen?
Oh, yes.
So they will die along with the planet, likely.
I would imagine so if they're not already.
Alright.
Very strange lot, the Yonti. They always seem to covet large Aztec-style buildings across every kind of interpretation of them. They're quite a barbaric race, frequently.
I mean, seeing as they just unleashed a couple of 100 years ago a suicidal spell to destroy everything, including themselves, yeah, I would say so. Definitely barbaric. Alright then. I have no further questions, so unless you want to just talk.
Oh, sure. Is there anything particular you'd like to talk about?
How about the different races that exist along the multiverse?
Well, what type of race are you interested in? Sentient, non-sentient?
Sentient ones. There is, I'm traveling in my party with 2 that are called Tiefling.
Ah, yes, Tieflings. Quite a common sight all across the multiverse. Typically, creation of a humanoid dabbling with demonic powers at some point. Their lineage will then carry on that slight trace of magic, and it will warp the bloodline slightly. Quite often ostracized because of the devil motif. However, the tieflings tend to be quite powerful in their own right. But they are by no means the most interesting. Slimes, they're interesting.
Slimes are interesting.
Oh, they can be. There are slimes that gain full sentience. They can take on memories of what they devour, and in turn, effectively bring what was devoured back to life to a fashion. There are whole races of sentient slimes.
Now that is interesting. And we'll just, throughout the night, continue having a talk with Deneville.
He'll give you information, lots of basic information regarding basically all commonly seen races, some rarer seen races. So you'll be able to recall back on this at some point if you ever need any details about the race you see.
Yeah.
I'll make a little note of that as well. Let's say 4 hours pass before you feel yourself fade and the conversation draws to its close as you settle into a sleep. John, Brandon, during the night, do either of you do anything, or do you simply pass out?
I think Brandon, because he's going to be sleeping in a bedroll tonight, I think, just considering that the others are being a bit cautious, I think Brandon would probably try to stay up for a little while just to see whether the guy stirs at all. If he doesn't, he'll probably just end up going to sleep. He doesn't plan to do anything else specifically tonight.
Give me 2 perception checks, please.
Perception, did you say?
Yes.
6 and a 19.
the most part, during the night, you don't really see too much activity from them. They seem to be in a deep sleep. However, when you feel yourself starting to drift off, you do see them start to move about, shaking a bit. You see them mumbling, or see and hear them mumbling something.
With a 19. Well, which is that on the 6 or on the 19?
On the 19.
On the 19, would I have any notion as to what they might be saying?
Yes, you do. I was getting into that. You hear waste. So much.
So could you repeat
So
that,
much
please?
walking. Waste. So much waste. Walking endless.
Okay. Yeah. If it doesn't seem like they're going to wake up anytime soon, Brandon will probably just drift to sleep at some point then.
And Jen. Do you do anything?
I think since she is exhausted and tired, she will meditate but not try to project herself into a realm. Just calm down, take a breath, get zen, and then go to sleep.
So you're able to do that after a bit of time. You settle, and then everyone loses their exhaustion points. And with that, I'd say roughly the same time you all begin to stir and wake up. Your guest is still in the bed, snoring slightly. Outside, it's still bright.
Can Brandon see the sun from the window in their room?
For easy's sake, I'll say yes.
Can they determine roughly how much the sun has moved? I know that we were kind of theorizing it could be like sort of like a year's equivalent to one day here, but just out of curiosity more so than anything.
Right. So, the circle being the sun.
Yep.
The sun has effectively moved. It is still relatively high in the sky.
But it has moved a little bit more. Okay. Alright. I think what Brandon is probably going to do is I think he's going to say to... Is John awake yet, actually?
Yes.
Okay. Brandon's going to say to John, hey, John, I might take breakfast in my room this morning, or I might just pop down quickly to get a couple of drinks of water. I think I'm going to just keep an eye on that guest too.
Sure. I will head down to... Oh no, I can't use water. I will wait for Mr. Martinez to wake up and use the
Yeah, he's
prestidigitation.
he's just going to give you a presti.
And it's, if you're still tired, we can take watch in shifts.
I don't mind. I mean, I just reckon that someone should be here when he wakes up.
Is Mouse still watching over him?
Mouse is still sat there, just with extra enlarged eyes.
Well, I think we can head downstairs for a bit to get breakfast.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I'm going to bring I'm going to bring up a glass of water and just sort of like just put it on the table, just so they've got something to drink when we wake up.
Yeah. All right. Let's go then.
Okay.
I try to leave the room without making too much noise.
Yeah, Brandon will also
Roll
try to
me a stealth check each.
Yeah, he's going to
Oh,
try
shit.
and leave the room surreptitiously too.
Yeah.
Overall one, you fall on him.
17 for me, actually.
It's a crazy survival roll.
Oh crap! It is a survival roll. Oh no, I've got a -1 to stealth. Do you want me to roll it again, or do we just want to say
Yep.
it? What?
It's a net 20, don't worry, okay.
It's a 7.
Hey John, you go towards the door, you open it up slowly, and start to tiptoe your way out. Brandon comes over and he walks into the wall, bouncing off it before then going through the door.
I have a feeling that the
guest doesn't stir.
I have a feeling that the 17 is basically how Brandon thought it was going to go in his head, and then the 7 has actually happened.
Okay, I like
It's a little bit
checks the
dizzy.
wall.
You thought you were going right into the doorway.
I know you wanted to keep your eyes on him, but also look where you're walking.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the horns. They kind of throw off my balance a little bit.
Or it could be the tail.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense, does it? Okay, I guess I'm just clumsy.
Yeah. You always swear, so I think it's maybe you even more clumsier.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, well, let's go downstairs then.
And David, you would have woken up at roughly the same time as them. So you would have heard Brandon walk into a wall.
Was that the sound of Brandon walking to wall?
Specifically that.
Yeah, stretch. I get up. I will check the room, seeing that our guest is still asleep and Mouse is still watching.
Mouse now has 3 eyes, 3 large eyes.
Give him a thumbs up, and I go downstairs. Do we still have some cheese left?
You're the cheese keeper.
Yeah, we do still have some cheese. Not a lot.
Or Mouse.
Yeah.
Brennan is maybe gonna head upstairs in a bit, so he can give it to Mouse.
Where is he heading upstairs?
I was
We're not
gonna.
having breakfast together.
I was just gonna take
after
a.
breakfast, perhaps.
Yeah, I was also just gonna take a glass of water for a guest, just for when he eventually wakes up.
Is her guest like a dwarf? Not in the medical sense. I mean in the fantasy way.
I mean, I guess like sort of, you know, when you've kind of seen stuff in games or in books. Yeah, I guess he must match description, don't they?
Yeah. Or a halfling.
What's a halfling?
Oh, you
I
mean
think
like
that's,
Lord of the Rings?
Ah, Hobbit.
I don't know what any of those are. I haven't watched that movie.
Well,
But it's basically a short man, and then there is a difference between halfling and dwarves.
It's a fool.
Now, I will say, David, however, you are able to tell that he's a gnome based on certain bone structure of his face.
But our guest is a gnome.
You just called him a halfling.
A halfling, gnome, and dwarves are all small.
The gnome, is that like
Species.
the red
Species.
pointy-haired things?
Red, pointy hairs.
Head, pointy head. The garden gnomes.
Yeah.
So
Is
he's
it-
like a living garden gnome.
Is it me, Dave, or you said that like you knew that for a fact, or you know that for a
I
fact?
did know that for a fact because of certain face structures, face features, I would say.
Oh, I'm guessing that's something you learned in the library or something.
Yeah.
that's
I also
awesome.
learned some more things, which we'll be discussing during dinner.
Ooh.
Not
Actually,
during breakfast.
Breakfast. Yes, that's the one.
oh, actually, there is something that I will mention. I mean, I guess it's not too important. I did hear our guest just mumble in his sleep a little bit.
You
Mainly.
do the same.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Oh, crap. I've been trying to improve on that, but never mind. No. He was just mumbling about there being so much waste and endless walking. So
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
in the short of it, this world is going to end.
oh wait,
So,
what?
yeah.
What do you mean? I mean, I know it's all great, but what do you mean? Is it not already ended?
Kinda yes, kinda no.
Wait.
The end has started.
Wait. Did you learn something about this world?
I did. Yeah, alright. Guess. Alright. Guess fried meat is good enough. Grilled meat. Have your plate. You have yours, June.
Is Kara not coming down? Or is she ill again?
How is Kara still ill? There's no more rat kebabs for her to eat. Or does she have a stockpile or something?
She ate a lot.
I think she ate extra before leaving.
Oh crap! Yeah.
She does look like she gained a little weight. No, okay.
That's mean, you cannot say that.
Did you see how she munched on those kebabs?
You don't tell a lady that she has gained weight.
I think honestly, by the time she's finished in the bathroom or in other places, that will.
It goes away.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, but we should make sure she is well hydrated then, because it's already quite hot outside.
Yeah. When I go up with the glass of water, I'll go up one for Kara as well.
Okay.
So, in the short of it, you know how our friend... Did he mention his name?
No, because I asked him and you stopped me. He said nobody cares. But I did.
Yeah, in hindsight, that
Sorry.
might have been important. But we can ask him later. He told us about the green flame fire that was engulfing the land. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind
Well,
of hard to forget.
That is something that happens because of a race called Hyanthi. Their idea was of destroying every major civilization so that they could rise to the top, which
Okay.
might have worked in the beginning, but in the end they also destroyed themselves and with it this planet.
You know, that actually makes me think. Now, do you remember those things that we saw yesterday? The stone things. They kind of look like. Didn't that guy say that they were elementals or something?
Yeah.
Maybe that's kind of a clue about the state of the world. If the elements of the earth. I mean, I'm guessing broadly we could say that that's kind of almost like the personification of that aspect of the world in material form, and if it's falling apart, then yikes.
Yeah, in a way you are correct. Because this world, because of that event, is slowly dying, so to say.
Oh.
And my, I guess, partner, deity, I'm not sure what our relationship is. Teacher, yeah, definitely teacher. He also asked how much oxygen is left on the world. So we are a bit in a time crunch, because that explains why it was difficult to breathe. It was not because we of a because we're in a high altitude, but because oxygen is literally running out.
You know, actually, now I think about it, didn't the Flume say not to dally when we initially got here?
He always says that though.
Yeah.
No, but it felt like he was making a point of saying it this time. I don't know, maybe that's just my imagination.
But that's also what's happening to this world because of the events that they basically created the end of the world, and that also explains why our guest is the only one alive.
Okay, so did you learn
So
anything about
knowing
the book
this-
itself?
No, go ahead. Did I learn anything about?
Oh, sorry, about the book itself, considering going a time crunch. Did you learn anything about its whereabouts?
A little bit. It is in a library, possibly, called the Temple of Stargazers in the city of Yanti.
Shalonzi.
But then, of Shalanti. Thank you. But then again, I don't know where the fuck that is. So we have our guide for that. And because of the world literally ending, we are in a position where we require each other. Without us, he has no way to leave.
And
And
without
without
him,
him,
we have no
we
way
have
to leave.
less time to find out.
Well, I mean, we're kind of presuming that if we don't complete the search quickly, I mean, yes, it wouldn't be impossible to find the book without him,
No.
but we'd probably run out of time before we do.
He did already give a direction, southwest.
Yeah, to the west of here.
Yeah, but then again, if he is helping us, then that would help even more.
Did you manage to ask about the large worm-like being that might reside in the caves?
Large worm-like being?
Or did we never discuss such a thing?
What are you talking about?
The caves we entered near the mountains were very smooth.
Yeah?
Yeah, we wondered like if there's like a
I
large
think,
sandworm.
I mean, I think we just concluded that there used to just be a large body of water there at some point.
Water.
I think that's what.
Oh yeah, the fish skulls we found. Yeah.
But
Yeah, because of the increased sudden temperature, the fish calls also indicate that the water has been literally boiling up.
I mean, that's actually another piece of information as well, because now we do know that the world was destroyed in well, the way it was destroyed by that green fire, it's quite possible there might not be water anywhere, which is a scary thought in of itself. And yeah, another clock that we've been put on.
Alright, I'm gonna wake up our guest.
Okay.
Is he still asleep? As I walk into the room.
He is, yes. Mouse now has 4 eyes looking at him.
I give Mouse a piece of cheese.
He happily nibbles away at it, reverting back to normal mouse size.
Wake up, old man. I shake him awake.
He's immediately awake and he's backing away from you, and as he does so, you see electricity crackle across his fingers.
Dinner's ready. Get downstairs.
What?
Dinner downstairs now. Or breakfast.
This is a very nice breakfast, Brandon. Oh. Chandra, was this place or the place we have to head to?
He very slowly comes down the stairs and stands at the bottom looking at you all. It wasn't a dream.
I bring out a plate for him. You're gonna keep standing at the stairs, or are you going to eat?
After a moment's hesitation, he comes over and says,
Good morning.
I give him his plate.
you can see him salivate looking at it.
No, I'm sure that this tastes better than the thing
Paste.
that you were eating at, the paste. But I still want that recipe.
Sure. After a moment, he simply digs in, just picking up and start biting away at it, tearing the meat apart. He's done with it within 30 seconds.
So,
That's impressive.
so are you like a dwarf, a halfling, or a gnome?
I am a gnome.
Told you.
Like the garden ones?
What?
Like garden gnomes.
I think that's only a thing in our...
Do gnomes here not wear red caps, pointy hats?
No. Why would we wear a red cap?
You guys do in another place?
Oh, they are also highly skilled wizards.
You're a wizard.
Yes, I am. He straightens his back a bit.
Impressive.
Seems to have used quite a lot of energy, which I'm not seeming to get back. But yes, I'm quite a highly talented wizard.
Can you cast a spell that will create water? Or food even?
No. I do have a wand that can create water though, but it does not work properly anymore. It's,
Why not?
my guess is it can't draw enough magic from the ambient magic anymore to charge properly. I can get it to work occasionally, but it's getting more and more sporadic.
And if someone holds it who has like lots of magic surging inside of them.
I think the issue is more that it's not drawing enough just from the area around it to recharge it. I mean, I could drain you like a battery if you'd like.
I look over at Brandon.
I would prefer not if it can be helped, but I guess, well, if we get desperate, we might have to consider it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Once we're desperate, we will try it out.
'Cause we should be fine for a while, yeah, hopefully.
Why is it so cool in here?
Magic air conditioning.
How do you charge that?
You have to ask the owner of this establishment.
With magic.
Are all abodes like this? Where you're coming from?
No. Where we are coming from, there is no magic.
There's air conditioning though.
Cool air without magic?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just using science.
Interesting.
Machinery.
He pulls out a little small book and starts writing in it. Or
Anyway,
closing it.
since today is a good day, let's go and introduce ourselves a little bit. Since I do not know what your name is. And we need each other if we want to get out of this place. So my name is David Martinez. I usually do the cooking around here. I'm an accountant. And that's about it. 27 years old, married.
Oh,
Well, I'm Lante Garu.
Lante or Yanti?
Lante.
Lante, yeah.
Was married, separated, some 6 years ago. Well,
Willingly separated, so like divorced, or
The whole fire thing.
she had an issue with my obsessiveness with things coming to an end.
so she divorced you.
Guess who was right?
Yes, I was right. I told them I was right. I told them I saw it coming, but
I
they
mean,
didn't listen. They ostracized me.
I mean, the reason that you are alive is because you were.
If they'd listened to me, they would have been ready for it. But no.
You're a wizard. How old are you?
I am 132.
Oh,
132.
we're pulling our leg.
That's impressive.
Technically, I am
Don't
probably older, but being in
Don't look a
stasis, I don't
day
age.
Yeah, so technically you are in stasis for 400 years, 500 years?
Yeah, so I'll be about 500,
So-
600 or so.
Yeah, still impressive.
Oh,
Not
don't
100%
look a
sure
day
how
over
long I've been.
70.
Oh, thank you. Though I'm not entirely sure how long I've been wandering for. It's kind of hard to measure time now.
Agreed.
You said yesterday around 5 or 6 years. You haven't met anyone in those.
That's
Your
my
time.
best guess at monitoring the time, yes.
Oh,
But
just
I
one
may
month
be
at a time here. Is there like a sun and moon cycle? Does the sun dip beyond the horizon?
No.
Oh, it's always daylight.
The sun travels in a circle. Rotates.
So that
Yeah.
means the other side of the planet, it is probably completely frozen.
Possibly, yes.
Wow.
Didn't used to happen like this. I'm not entirely sure how this happened, but now we have nothing but sun. I thought about trying to travel near where the boundary was between the two, but I wanted to try and find out what had actually happened.
Are you aware of a race called Yanti?
He spits onto the floor and then
Hey,
looks back down and looks up. Sorry. He wipes up with his sleeve, then gets back on his chair. Yes, I know the Yanti.
Well, allegedly, they are the cause for the end of the world.
That is where I got the origin of the spell coming from, one of their cities. A city called Shalonzi. I've been traveling to find it.
Yeah. We also need to head there, because there, in the Temple of Stargazers, is the book that we need in order for us to leave this place.
You're searching for a buck.
Yes.
Just a buck?
A specific book, but yeah.
Odd, but okay.
I will give you a quick gist of how it works. We originally come from a different world,
realm.
different realm, a different universe. We travel
Okay, just
the multiverse in search of specific items. And that's why we're also here. And how it kind of works is that we cannot leave until we have that specific item. So, and that's where also you come in, you will guide us to the city of Shalonzi, to the Temple of Stargazers, where we will find and obtain this book, return back to the shop, and then all four of us will leave this planet, because the planet itself is dying, and I don't want to die with it.
You take me with you.
If you agree to help us out, I will gladly take you along.
Yes.
The easiest
He holds-
business deal.
He just holds out his hand.
I shake his hand.
Shakes it back, squeezing slightly. Do not leave me, please.
No, I'm not planning to. We'll leave this place, the five of us.
there's also Mouse and Defloon.
Yeah, but 6, 7-ish of us.
I'm June, by the way.
Nice to meet you, June. First time I've
What
seen.
did you think of my room?
It was nice. I've not seen any kind of plant for a while.
Yeah, and you also haven't seen someone like me?
I've not seen a female for a while.
I look around for a second before
Calm
it
down there,
clicks.
boy.
No, yeah. I thought somehow he mentioned Kara and not me. So there's Brandon. I pointed at Brandon.
Oh, yeah. So I was just waiting for a moment to speak. Yeah, I'm Brandon.
Hello.
I'm a bit of the socially awkward type, so you know.
But just putting it lightly.
The socially awkward types are normally the smart ones. They're the ones that think of things that people don't think of.
Yeah.
To strike up your own ego.
I mean, he only had himself to talk to, so it's a bit normal once. A little.
I have more than myself to talk to.
Who else?
Oh,
He waves his fingers, and after a second, the plate picks up and floats in place. And then a spoon and a fork lift up and go towards the plate. This here is Penny. The knife and the fork create sort of like an arrow pointing downwards bend on the plate. Comparative, if the plate was a face, it would be where the mouth is.
Yeah, so it's a smell.
Can it talk?
Oh, no, well, yes, but no, but I could talk to him. Isn't that right, Benny? The plate nods.
Have you guys seen Lost before?
Yeah,
with the
Wilson? This is
Oh,
basically...
Wilson.
wait, you're talking about Castaway, right?
Yeah.
Lost is a different kettle of fish entirely. It had a good first season, but it kind of got a little bit convoluted after.
Was it not Lost, the one with Wilson?
No, that was Castaway, I believe.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But with the ball.
Yeah. So yeah, that is an interesting discovery.
I'm guessing
So-
that we want to just get going as soon as we've finished eating and drinking because, well, as we've learned, the day literally doesn't end.
Yeah. Game plan. Lante,
Yes.
how far away is it from here to the city?
Provided I'm remembering exactly it's going to be about 50 kilometers.
Oh,
50 kilometers is 10 hours walking. So we also need to probably pack up in case we need to rest somewhere.
some sheet or tent to shade us against the sun.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, any advice that you have as well about traveling in this place would be greatly appreciated. I think it really took the wind out of our sails yesterday. Well, relative 8 hours ago, I guess.
Travel at a steady pace, rest when you can, you find a good cave, you make use of it. Avoid the dunes as best you can. Old rivers, large sand dunes that roll on for miles and miles and miles.
Is
It's
there,
out of energy to climb up then.
Used to be plains.
is there a reason to avoid them?
There's no shelter.
Ah, okay.
It can be tiring to climb up every hill you encounter.
Just simply you and the sun and the heat.
And the Rockies, I mean the elementals.
Yes, them. You've got to be careful with them.
Yeah, they are not friendly, if I remember.
No, they are really not.
But
Be
they
careful if you fire too much magic into them as well.
What happens if you do?
They kind of explode.
Ah, good to know.
Big distractions, Rock.
Alright, game plan. We prepare, gather the stuff that we need, or that we think we need, and then leave right now, since no better time than the present, or...
Yeah, because as we've discussed, we're on a time crunch here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
I'll take you there then.
Do we have something like a tent?
That can what?
A tent.
Let me check. We have various packs.
There's no tent.
I don't think so. No. Sacks, ladder. You have a ladder.
A ladder.
Just whenever, not for now. It's just the closest thing I can think of that we can use is the raincoat, maybe, since they don't let a lot of things through.
What do we need to... I imagine we need to prop that up with something.
Yeah, with some sticks.
Whilst you ponder this, I think this is where we'll end the session.
Right.
It's a shorter one, that way when we jump in next time, you'll be able to decide exactly how you want to handle, and then immediately set out.
Thank you everyone for watching, and see you later. Bye for now.
Yeah.
Hello.